HostGator is a world-renowned virtual host and domain hosting service provider. With millions of websites and domains, it all operates through it. Also, the back-end interface of HostGator is simple, and it's easy to get started, coupled with Tuanliang's customer service. Let it be loved by many. Later, I will actually take you to apply for a virtual host, register a personal domain, and install WordPress. Understand the basic settings of WordPress. Understand the host backend interface DNS, fingerbox settings, and so on. Just watch the video. Finally, it can be easily loaded successfully. Regarding the software network connection mentioned in the video and the web design service connection provided by our team, I will put them in the information column below. But then let's get started. Next, we have to get the virtual host. There are also personal domains. In this demonstration, we will use HostGator, a world-renowned host provider, as an example teaching. So what is the fastest way to get to this hosting provider? You can enter these two URLs on the screen. As for the relevant URLs, I will also put them in the information column below. At the same time, you can connect through the URL I provided. You can enjoy very high discounts, so everyone can take advantage of it. After the input is completed, we will go directly. So, what happens when we enter the connection? We will go directly to the HostGator hosting plan page. What about this hosting provider? I think it has 4 main features. One is that the cost is very cheap. Second point, excellent customer service. The third point, the fourth point of time-honored hosting providers. The background operation interface is simple. Then, through the above advantages, this hosting provider already hosts a lot of hosts and domains around the world. Then let's take a look at its actual solution introduction. Then we can slide down here. We will see that it mainly provides 3 options. Then I will give you a brief understanding later. First of all, the first solution is called HostGator, Link Plan Incubation Plan. As for the incubation plan, you can set up a website, enjoy a large storage space of 10 GB, have unlimited website traffic, one click to quickly install WordPress, email, send message function, chat, knowledge services, and free 1-year domain. So overall, this plan is the cheapest, also best deal. Good. So what you see below is the baby plan. That's its intermediary solution. You can set up 2 websites through it with 20 GB of storage space. You can also enjoy unlimited traffic. Quickly install WordPress. There are email support services and phone numbers at the back. Includes chat support. You can also enjoy a free 1-year domain. So if you want to set up at least 2 websites, you can choose baby plan. The last thing is its business plan. Then you can set up to 3 websites through it. There's 40 GB of storage space. The functions at the back are similar to those in the middle. Mainly it will have capabilities like Cloud Fair CDN, independent IP, and so on. The above are the 3 options for HostGator. What about the cost of the project? The one on the left is the cheapest. So what are their individual differences? I think the one with the biggest difference is probably the entry-level plan. You can only set up 1 website. As for the intermediate plan, you can set up 2, then 3, and so on. That includes its storage space. If you just want to set up a website, I suggest you just choose the basic plan. Well, since we're doing demonstration teaching this time, so we will start with the cheapest entry-level plan and guide you through it. Oh, then we find the Hedge Bling plan. And let's slide down. We click the button below Buy Now. Good. Then we will enter the host purchase process. Oh, the process is very simple. The first step is to choose your favorite domain. What if you don't have a domain? You can choose the one on the left to register a new domain. Then enter the domain name you want to register in this field. There are many top-level domain names to choose from. You don't know how to choose. It is recommended that you choose the domain first for con, because it is used by the most people, and it's easier to remember what happens after you make your selection. The system will also tell you whether you can rent this domain. Because some domains, if it is rented, you may need to change the domain name. And it will also tell you, what about the domain you applied for? Does it qualify as a free domain? Oh, good. Then the domain I am currently applying for is eligible for a free domain. Then I will use it directly. In addition, its domain options also have a pagination. What this means is that if you already have a personal domain, then you can directly enter your domain name in this option. Oh, then we will enter a new domain name for you every time. Let's just choose the one on the left. Good. What follows is a protection of domain privacy rights. It is not needed at the moment, so we can cancel this add-on purchase. In this way, we can lower the price a bit. Then comes the part where you choose the hosting plan. And what we just chose is the incubation plan. That is the entry plan. What are the rental periods available here? So here's a suggestion to choose at least 12 months. This way you can enjoy a high percentage discount. So what I want to talk about now is the specifications. You can get a discount of almost 50% of the price. So what we want to enter is email. Then we enter the password. What about the password part? That is the password you will use to log in to the HostGator backend. Then email is actually part of your account number. So everyone remember to record it. Well, there's a security code here. This security code can make it easier for you to communicate with HostGator's customer service. They will need you to provide this PIN code. Then you can enter the ING code by yourself. It is recommended that you also record it. And I have finished typing everything here. Then we walk down. Then our fourth step is the billing information. Then we will complete it quickly here. First of all, the first one is first name. That's your name. As for next name, just record the following formula. Then company here is a company, if any. When filling out the email, just leave it blank. Phone number, mobile phone or indoor phone is acceptable. Because HostGator is a foreign platform, so the information we enter here needs to be filled in English. Whether it's your name or your phone number. You also need to use this international. But then comes address. That is the address part. What about the address part? I will share a URL with you here. Then I will also put this URL in the information column below. It's convenient for you to use. After you give it away, the system will freely help you with English translation. Then we can fill it in individually. I'll go back and fill in the address first. Then this is the address too. If I can't fill it out, I can fill it in later, since it is not required. So we can also leave it empty. In this country, you can freely choose the location of your article. Then let's fill in the city space again. What I entered here is New Taipei City. Then the next choice is the station chosen by the state. That's it. Then what we need to enter here is the zip code. So here's the zip code. Then it needs to be filled in at least 4 digits or more. Then we can choose to use International Postal Code as an example. I will put this link below for your convenience. Then here you can check the postal code required. Then you get 3 plus 3. That's 6 yards. After entering the zip code, we inquire directly. Then you will get the corresponding zip code. Good. Then I just copy the corresponding zip code and paste it back. And let's take a look again. On the right-hand side are payment modes. At present, it provides credit card and PayPal models. But then here you can enter. For example, this is your cardholder name. Here is the credit card number. So here are the last 3 digits of the card. So here is the expiration date of the card. What happens when you finish typing? We could just slide down to step 5. What about the 5th step? These are just some additional items purchased. It just depends on whether you need it. So for now, basically we don't need to purchase additional items. So I removed all the ticks. Finally, let's confirm the information about this order. For example, we only use the domain for free for 1 year. Then we can enjoy the entry plan. The original price for 12 months is as follows. Well, we are currently paying nearly half the price. You can rent it directly. Then what we finally see is the total price. And then there is also a discounted price. Then in the end, we only needed $62 to rent this host. So when converted into Taiwan dollars, it's probably less than 2,000 Taiwan dollars. You can enjoy 1 year's domain and 1 year's hosting rights. That's a very good deal. It is also suitable for beginners. What if the program fees are adjusted in the future? It will also be based on the current situation. Oh, what about after we finish? You can click Unify below. Then we can click Checkout at the bottom to proceed with checkout. Next, HostGator will help us create the account. As for this process, since it is the establishment stage, so it will take some time. So everyone, please be patient and wait a moment. But what about after the system is established for you? We will see something like a questionnaire. Then you probably won't need this for the time being. So we just click the button below. Good. Build your website. Use WordPress to start. He started to create a WordPress account. Then we will see that the system has installed WordPress. There will also be the user's account number and user password below. Connect with Beck and login, including WordPress. Good. And we will also see a button below. Just go to WordPress. Before that, we can first copy our user account and password. That avoids forgetting. Then this group is where you will log in later. Just use your own website Beck and account number and password. So we have to make it next. Good. Then let's copy them individually first. In fact, we click the button below to go to WordPress. At this time, we will see. At present, it is unable to connect using HTTPS. However, SSL certificate activation will take some time to take effect, so you can wait for a while and come back to see it. What about this time? After the SSL certificate takes effect, your website can be accessed normally. What about the so-called SSL certificate? Let's make it simple for everyone here. Let's go back to the website we just visited. You will see that there is a lock in front of Wangziren. Then, this represents the connection of the SSL certificate. Then, this has a bonus effect on the security of the website and SEO. So we can wait a little bit. What about the period we wait for it to take effect? In fact, we can also use another method. We can see the current WordPress website. I also enter the domain I just applied for. Then I will remove the S letter from HTTPS. I'm using HTTP for the connection. And when I saw it, at present, the WordPress website has appeared normally, although it is not accessed with SSL credentials. But it doesn't matter. Now you will know that my website has been successfully set up. Then we will also share with you how we enter the backstage later. Let's do some basic settings. So what happens when we rent the HostGator host? Then we can go to the group of mailboxes we just applied for. Then you should have received a few letters. One of the more important ones is its domain verification. Oh, then its title will probably be like what I see on the current screen. That is to ask you to verify the ownership of this domain. When you click on it, there will be a connection in it. As long as we click on this link, you can take the ownership of the domain seriously. Good. And we click. Then we will successfully complete the mutual verification of the domain. Then we can go to the host backend of HostGator. So there are some functions here. I'll do a quick share with you later. First of all, when we enter, we will see its dashboard interface. There's some information on it. For example, the domain you are using. Then talk to your hosting plan and wait. Good. Then we can go to hosting on the left. After clicking in, we will check the hosting plan and so on for the domain we just applied for. Good. Then what happens after we click Manager to manage it? There are some preset items here. There's cPanel website. There's CWorks website database and so on. Good. Then we can click on cPanel first. Good. What about the so-called cCNL? In fact, it is a simple host management interface. You can manage your hosting and website functions through these graphical tools. Good. Then we can change the language first. To facilitate subsequent operations, we slide down. We find Change Language. After clicking in, we can change the language to our own. It would be better for me to change the language to Chinese first. Return to previous page. At this time, we will see that these functions have been successfully translated. Then we can do subsequent operations. That's about cPanel. It has many functions. Everyone can make settings according to their own needs. Then we will share one of the functions. It's the ability to set up SSL security connections. We are also in the cPanel background. We slide to safety. There are SSL studies here. After we click in, we will see that the left-hand side has now turned green. That is to successfully enable SSL mode. Then we are a HostGator, and it automatically sets it up for us. Then if you are red, then you can check them all. Running this Run Auto SSL can achieve the same effect. Good. Then let's go back to the front desk of the website. It turned out that it was using an unsecured connection. But after a while, SSL has been officially enabled. So we can clearly see there is a security lock in front of the website, which represents. Currently, we are using this method to connect. Then that's it. Then we return to the host backend of HostGator again. We will see Install Works on the hosting side. After we click and come in, here are the installation and setting items of dpress. And you will see a link here. That is, the website we just created through this series of domains. Then it will show that there is an option here. Mainly, some functions are like the basic settings of your WordPress. As for its setting, you can also do this setting inside the WordPress website. Then it includes the function of copying this website, backing up, and editing some details. Then the last thing is to delete this website. What about these projects? This will make it easier for us to manage the settings of the WordPress SS website. Then we go back to the HostPress host settings again. Here we can see that there are domains on the left-hand side. Then this place is responsible for managing the location of the domain. Good. We see the set of domains we have applied for in the current backend. Then there is relevant time here. For example, domain expiration date, etc. Then if you click Default, there will be more information. For example, your domain status, lease time, when it will expire, etc. Then there are none services here. That is, if your domain needs to be bound to a host. Then you can also use this non-server value. So, simply put, this is where the domain is managed. Of course, if you want to apply for a new domain, You can click Register a Domain above to register a new domain. Then we can visit Next. This is a domain I just applied for on HostGator. That's because our website has been automatically created for us through the host. Then we need to log in to the WordPress backend to make subsequent settings. So we can do it on the URL side. We then enter the /WP and the min of A to go. Then this path is also the background path. First of all, I've just been logged in. So you can see the login form here in the background. Fill in your account and password. You can log in smoothly after entering it. Then here you can see some related settings. First, I can see there is a plugin on the left-hand side. You click on the plugin installed. Good. So here are some related plugins. Then we may not be able to use it. So I just disabled it. After checking, I will choose to deactivate. Apply. Then I will delete the unused plugins. Good. Then it will be deleted. What about after deletion? Our WordPress website will also become cleaner. And we can see that the appearance has a scenery theme. Then WordPress provides a lot of background themes. You can install it according to your own needs. What about Daw Brothers website? We also share very relevant background themes and teaching examples of website plugins. You can refer to my channel to learn more. Then we can see the settings on the left-hand side. We click Normal. Good. We can change the web language here. If your default language is English, you can change it to traditional Chinese. And what about the lost place? We find our zone. I choose UTC +8 for storage. But the website title above is your website name and your subtitle. You can make changes according to your personal needs. So what if this happens? The basic settings of our WordSite website are complete. Okay, the above is the sharing of knowledge. I hope it can help you set up a website easily and successfully. If you still want to see more specialized teaching, feel free to leave a message and tell me. Links to related resources mentioned in this video. I will put them in the information column below. At last, if you have web design needs, you can choose songs, and our digital team will try our best to help you. See you in the next video then. Bye.